This episode is going to be a blast. We are revealing the price of the 2021 Duramax we bought from the auction to date. So from purchase to where it's standing now. What is wrong with you?
I just want you to get through that because I want to drag your ass to the other side of the compound.
What do you
Would
mean?
you just go? I am going to hook up to the back of your truck like we talked about, and we're going to make it equal. I don't want you crying like,
not equal.
oh my gosh, you got a dually. I'm going to make it equal. And when we're done, if you want to challenge me to a challenge of your choice and make it equal, then I'm all for it. But anyway, let's get the price out.
I'll just state this before I say the price. Ford owners, if I tow that dually backwards, I'm sorry. Maybe you should switch to a Dodge or a Chevy or something else.
If you could tow that backwards, I'm going to wear a tutu for a week.
When we bought this truck, a tree fell on it. Those that followed the channel know what's happened. But the price of the truck from the auction when I bought it in California, $49,500.
That's pretty good.
Which is good considering that this truck sold for over $80,000. The fees with the auction ended up being $53,471. So that's like total with the truck and all the fees. The roof skin was $670. The hood was $822. We had to buy two different roof lights, so one middle and one end. Those ended up being $99. A front driver fender was $390. The 3M urethane was $40 to urethane the top down. Two roof plastic channels that actually channel the roof, those were $50. And Garrett's work, what was awesome about Garrett's work is Garrett is into race cars as well. I made a bargain with him. And I didn't know if he's gonna accept it or not. I had two brand new full race seats. I had a brand new racing steering wheel and two 6-point harnesses. And so for Garrett's work to fully fix the truck with also me helping him, we did a straight across trade. But we're pulling that off the top because it didn't cost us anything.
Yeah, but you kind of got to add it in.
You think?
Well, because if he said no, up yours, I don't want them stupid race seats, then then we would add to pay. So you might as well, I would have put at least $1,500 on there because they want to know what the cost is, not, well, you traded labor, you got it for free.
Okay, so we'll add that after. The paint quote, because the truck is just in primer, the paint quote is $800. So we'll add that to the top too. Our total with the truck fixing everything is $55,542. So we got to add in Garrett's labor if we would have paid that. So this bad beast right here, as it sits, we're roughly in the entire truck. You're gonna bust the tailgate off. Look, $58,000.
You already told them. Can we get on to over this way, please?
All right. What?
Come to the challenge.
Look, I can't even talk right now.
That's boring. Okay, it's over.
All right.
Now it's time to see what we're gonna do. So here's what we got. Brad is crying like the little girl. It's kind of like having a daughter and a son in one. So with that,
what does that even mean?
Well, it's kind of like having both. Like sometimes when you're racing, I feel like, oh my gosh, I have a son. And then sometimes when he's racing me, I feel like, oh my God, he's crying, he's gonna complain. It's like having a little girl.
Here's what my dad challenged me. He's all, hey, let's do a tug of war.
It's my challenge.
With GMC versus his dually, which is zero comparison.
Okay, but hold on. I've got some ideas here, and I think all you guys will agree. Here's what we're gonna do. The advantage Brad has is his tires are smaller diameter.
What? That's not an advantage. What? Are you kidding
me? Let me finish. Let me talk. The advantage Brad has when I'm done.
I don't have an advantage.
Is the tire is smaller, so it's not gonna take as much force to turn the tires. So technically, it's like having a lower gear.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So here's what I'm willing to do. Here's what I'm willing to do to make it equal, because everyone out there is gonna say, "Oh my God, DeBerti, you've already won. You're the king because I got a dually and you got a singy."
If I tell you backwards, it's gonna be embarrassing.
Okay.
Anyway,
there was your keyword, if.
Just go ahead.
So. That's the first advantage. My advantage is I have a dually, so here's what I'm gonna do on my dually.
There's a lot of advantage with your truck. A lot.
Do you ever shut up? So here's what we're gonna do. I am going to take and completely deflate the outer tire.
That's still on the ground.
Hold on. Then what we're gonna do is I'm going to inflate the inner tire. Now here's the deal.
This is going.
To make this fair, you have so much crown on your tire. There's so much rubber. Would you agree? You have so much rubber, right? We got approximately, we'll measure it, 4 inches of rubber, whatever rubber that is that's flat. When I deflate this tire, it's going to become smaller because we're going to inflate the inner tire to guess what? We're going to measure the tread. We're going to measure the tread, and if you have 4 inches, then I'm going to keep this crown going until there's 4 inches. The outside tire is just going to be limp, like your attitude.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm making it fair. Because then that way we have the same tire. But see, this is where it comes into play. You have a smaller diameter tire, so you're going to have an advantage because it's like having a lower rear end gear. Okay, work with me.
I'm trying to follow along.
Then, my advantage on my Ford F450, Jimmy boy.
Who's Jimmy?
Well, you got a little Jimmy, a little puppy. Your little puppy. I got a friggin' Great Dane. You got a little Yorkie. Did you write Ford crap? Anyway, my kid got my notes.
He asked me to write down the weights of the truck, so I did.
Well, I didn't want you to say, "Oh my God,
F-trap
you
50.
lied. My truck weighs more." Okay, so right now my truck weighs 8,600 pounds. Brad weighs 7,281. Unless you put a man in it, but let's discount that.
Why are you stretching?
Because here's what I did.
Okay.
I have a 55-gallon tank in my truck. So right now I am on empty. We got to add 1,300 pounds.
I'm not going to add, there's nothing we could put in there to add 1,300 pounds.
Would you just let me finish so this is fair?
Go ahead.
If we're going to do this, people want to make sure it's fair. They don't want to be like, I'm not going to watch this because a dually versus a Jim Bob, it's not fair. So we got to make it fair. That's what we're doing. We're making it fair, and everyone would agree.
All right.
So what we're going to do, amount of tread that's on the ground, completely deflating the outside tire. The inside tire is going to be bigger. We're going to probably have to fill it up to about 110 pounds of air, which is going to crown it. So now we both have the same tire, or we could yank the outer one off, but it's going to be the same thing. And then we got to get our weight straight. Now, you'd agree, because you wrote this down, that my truck weighs 1,300 pounds more.
Well, what's all in the back of it?
I don't know. What's in your head? Nothing? Pretty much nothing. So now we got to figure out roughly, we don't want to put 1,300 pounds in your truck in the rear, because then that would be unfair. Because it's distributed over 4 tires. So I would say, off of our experience, that the front of your truck is probably 60% more in weight than what's on the rear of that tire.
Are you an engineer?
Would you agree?
No.
Agree?
I don't agree with anything you're saying.
So what we want to do is take, and we're going to put 40% of that weight inside the back of your bed.
Real quick, if you guys could just comment right now, does anyone even understand what my dad's talking
No, this is
about?
real. So 60% to 40. We're not going to put 1,300 pounds because then you have an advantage over the bad boy versus
There's also a height difference here.
Jim Bob.
They have to be the same height.
Whatever. I got airbags. You don't on Jimmy. He's just got a little stiffy suspension. So with this, what we're going to do is we're going to add 40% of weight to the rear of that truck. So we're going to add, let's just say we're going to do it at 600 pounds. That's fair. I have a fuel tank in there with 100 gallons of fuel right now. How much did you say a gallon of fuel weighs?
Look, at this point,
How much did you say a gallon of fuel weighs?
it's 6 pounds.
Okay, so we got about 600 pounds. So we're going to add 600 pounds and 1 bottle of nitrogen. Our whole bottle of nitrogen weighs 100 pounds.
Here's the deal. If my dad loses, I'm going to be embarrassed for him. So I don't care what all your mathematician stuff you're talking about.
I'm just making it fair. I want to make
it
it fair for everyone out there watching because I don't want everybody to see my son cry. But since I have a little bit bigger diameter tire and a way bigger attitude, it's only fair
all right,
to put 600 pounds.
All right, engineer DeBerti. Here's what's going down. I don't know what's happening on my dad's side, but I know I'm hopping in this bad boy, Tremax, and I'm towing my dad backwards. So it don't matter what he does.
Why would you name your Jim Bob Tremax?
A tree fell on it. Duramax. Someone actually commented that, and
Just
I like
call
it.
Baby Jimmy.
So what are you doing now?
First, we start with the valve stem and make sure you see the valve stem come out. So this outer tire has no air at all. Okay, hold that.
What am I holding? I barely have any tire tread.
So I want to make sure that I am measuring. Why don't you measure the tread?
Oh my gosh.
You measure the tread so you know how much is on, and do not cheat. I'm going to double check it.
Man, you're like really serious about this, huh?
4.13. Here, lock that.
Okay.
Lock it. Lock it.
This is the dumbest thing.
Okay, lock it, but I
Okay,
want it to be
okay.
equal. Okay, see him? I want you to make sure.
Great. So I like that my straight edge was like that big, and then my dad grips this because how big his tires are.
That's because the inner tire dip is going to grow. Because I don't want you to say the outside tire is gripping. So when that tire grows, I'm going to put this on the flat of the tire, and you're going to see that we're going to probably have a good 1/4 inch.
Are you an engineer? That's what I want to know.
I don't even know how to spell that.
It ain't gonna grow that much.
It's going to grow. You agree that right now the crown on the tire is about 4.13, right?
I guess.
All right. Is that tire touching?
No, but it's touching the ground.
Well, would you agree it's not touching? We're 1/8 inch off the
You're
tire.
on the ground.
I know, but there's nothing there for grip. It's 4.13. We're 1/8 inch above.
Do you want to try and spell engineer again? This is literally ridiculous. All I know is if I tow my dad, this is going to be an embarrassment to every Ford owner out there.
All right.
That's good. I posted a little Instagram picture of just, I set the rope there because I just want to, let everyone know what's coming up. And a lot of people actually taught me, hey, don't use the ball. So anyone that, comment on my Instagram, I appreciate it. Again, my dad and I don't know everything, so anytime someone helps, us with a comment, it means a lot. So what we're going to do is I won't be using this crappy hitch. I got a grade 8 bolt that we're just going to run an actual bolt through the rope on bolt truck. So we'll get it in here. I'll get the bolt and then I'll pull my dad backwards.
Pulling the kid backwards. This feels good.
No comment at all.
I'm gonna lower my truck, make sure it's the same height as yours. So here, you tell me when.
See, his truck's on air, so that's cool. All right, come down.
Are you ready for your backlashing?
You're gonna get on.
Okay, I'm gonna get on. Now, no full-wheel drive either.
Well, I gotta let the beast warm up. This is a beast. This ain't no Ford.
Whatever, let it warm up.
These are brand new concrete.
Look, if I only pull you an inch, it's an inch.
No, you gotta go past that line.
Whatever.
It's gonna get on. All right, it's time to get my dad a whooping here. Three, 2, 1. Friggin' cheater! I knew!
Call me king! Call me You started off pulling me. I'm gonna give you, because I'm a fair man. I mean, I've given you more weight. I've given you same tire. You have a smaller tire. You have advantage. You kick your ass. It's like normal. You got an ass whooping. You got dragged from there all the way here. So is there anything you'd like to change?
Maybe you have the same truck as me. I don't know.
You're a little upset, but you got to change something. You want some more weight?
Go one more.
You want some more air pressure?
That's step 3.
All right, I already took you around here a little bit, so I don't want to do that anymore because I'm embarrassed for him. I tell you what I'm gonna do for you because I like you. Go ahead and let you drop that air pressure down. Get some more tire tread on that ground because I don't want you crying because you know all my junk.
It's still a dually.
So I'm a guy that's gonna let Brad try whatever he wants. So Brad, what are you gonna do? Take half the air pressure out?
What do you want me to drop it to?
What do you want to drop it to? If it was me, I'd cut it in half. What kind of tire pressure you got?
50.
Oh, I'd go down to at least 30. You need to get something going on here. I'm embarrassed for you. Oh, I don't know why the kid tries to compete with the pops. But hey, if he's got a challenge he wants to throw down, I'm in. As long as the rules are fair.
I never even made up this challenge. Why don't we pull up that Crown Vic and race right here on the left?
Whatever, as long as we're going to make sure that we're even, I'm good. Air pressure is not going to do crap for you.
Why? Because your truck weighs way more? It's an F450.
Why don't you go get your buddy's Dodge and you guys hook both of them up? I'll drag both of your guys out the gate.
Round 2.
Fine.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
No. Are you kidding me? All right, get the same truck, you freaking cheater.
Oh, this is boring. I've given you every opportunity.
It's the truck. It's not because it's a Chevy or Ford. You still have tire on the ground. Get the same truck and let's play. I'm actually mad.
I'm bored. I think I'm gonna disconnect and go home. This is boring. It's like literally goofing off with a 2-year-old.
I'm still off weight.
Okay. You said 2 out of 3. Go do what you want to do.
Get more bottles.
Get something. Maybe get a better truck. Maybe get a Ford. If that was a Ford F250 single wheel, then we'd have a challenge.
I don't care what he says. He still has way more weight than me. I tried to tell him this isn't even equal. But my other problem is I hate friggin' losing.
Hey, last one. This is number 3. Number 3, and then we're done.
So we got 5 bottles of nitrogen, 500 pounds, plus 600 pounds of fuel. I'm still 200 pounds off, but winner takes all this time.
Is there anything else you want to change? I said I'd give you 3 shots. Nothing.
No, I mean, you still have the advantage, but I'm ready to tow that forward.
How's the advantage? What's the advantage?
Let's
We're
just
the
go.
same everywhere right now.
No.
The only difference is I've got a Ford engine and you got a Duramax.
We'll see what happens.
Come on, Dury. Let's just call you Slurry Max. Slur Max.
3, 2.
Let's go, baby. Let's go to the dirt. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah! Yes! Yes!
went through this mud. That was fun.
You just made it unfair.
How?
You got 1,200 pounds of weight over your axle.
Your truck weighs 1,300
I've got zero,
more than mine.
not on my axle. But that's okay.
Why don't we go race the Crown Vic in the same car?
Fine. You want to race the Crown Vic? Fine. But we're going to do something. If we're going to race the Crown Vic, we'll make it equal.
It's equal. It's the same car.
I know, but you're a racer, so that's not equal. If I race the Crown Vic, then you have to tape your dominant eye shut and no shoes and socks. And then I'll race you in the Crown Vic.
Why?
Because I gotta have a little bit of an event. You're a racer. I'm a dad.
All I know, this was a blast.
Dominant eye shut, no shoes, no socks.
This was so much fun. Wasn't this fun?
It was fun, but you've already put up another challenge. I'm done. I've won 2 out of 3.
So again, as you can see, the mud, I started getting stuck. My plan was to tow my dad. Look that way as far as you could possibly see.
Did you have it in 4-wheel drive?
No, as far
You're
as
a
you could
liar.
possibly see. He's gonna go look. Anyway, thank you guys. Let me know how you like this little competition style with my dad and I. This was a blast. He's still checking, but I let him 4-wheel drive. You guys have a blessed day.
You swear?
Yes,
You swear?
Dad.
You promised me.
Yes, let's go
You
get.
never had it in 4-wheel
Let's
drive.
go
You
get the
swear.
Vic. I'm sorry you lost.
Just swear.
Swear.
Then why aren't your tires smoking?
Cause this thing's a beast.